Hi, I'm Andrew. Let's start with the seated exercises on the MySmartFit chair. So we take out the pedals. In these exercises, most of you will want the heavy setting. Sit forward on the chair, spine upright, bring one foot onto the pedal, push it down. Bring the other foot onto the pedal, push it down. And look straight ahead so you can see how my spine is very straight, my body is upright. The hands out for balance. Inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down. By keeping the spine straight as you lift, you'll work your core muscles. From here, you can add in some variations where you do single leg, so you alternate the legs like walking. With this, we can add in some rotation, so as one knee comes up, you turn to the side. These spinal movements stimulate the lower back, bring circulation into all of the muscles and all of the organs of the stomach, the kidneys, and the lower back. When you're finished, bring one foot off on the ground and release the pedal. That is the seated leg pumps. Then take the feet wide. We'll do a nice back stretch now. This is a really nice if you're sitting at a desk and you want to release the spine. Start tall, hands palms down, roll down through the head and the neck until the palms come onto the pedals, and then just keep rolling down. Roll back up, sit tall. We'll do 3 of those. Roll down, tuck the chin in, roll like you're rolling up a yoga mat. Breathing in to come up, breathing out to roll down. You can stay in this position and breathe deeply into the back of the ribs. And then stack back up. This will help release all the tension of the nerves that are running down the spine and all the muscles. This can also be done on an angle with some walking, so we call this roll down walking. So in the same position here, but what I do is I push one down first and then the other, and I walk my way down. This brings a little bit of rotation into the spine. You'll see how my eyes are following the hand that's coming up, so I'm getting spinal rotation and neck rotation. Now, if you have disc herniations or flexion issues, this exercise might not be for you. And so we can do this in a flat back position. So you watch the flat back position, it's called the hinge. So I'm bringing my hands onto the pedals and then I hinge my spine down. And then I hinge my spine up. Even though my chin is tucked in, I'm looking forward so that I can really keep the stretch into the front of the spine. This can also use the single arm variation where you walk it down, bringing mobility into the mid-thoracic. So if you're getting pain around the middle of the back, have been sitting a long time, these exercises are really good for that. You can also add some more advanced rotation. So I'm going to bring my opposite hand pedal, and this hand is going to reach back. So as I push down, you see my spine is straight. I'm looking to my back hand. Sit up, take a breath in, turn, reach down, reach along. This is wringing out the spine, and as we wring out the spine here, we release a lot of the tension. In the back of the spine are all the sympathetic nerves. Sympathetic nerves are not the ones giving you sympathy, they're the ones that are stimulatory, they're the stress nerves. And the stress nerves need to be pulled and released and pulled and released. So all of these exercises really help that. From there, what we're going to do is place the arm down and turn to the side. And as we turn to the side, we can see here I'm sitting on the front half of the chair, nice and tall. And you can adjust the height of the chair for the height of your legs. Now I'm going to do a side bend. So on the side bend, I bring my hand here behind the head. I start to lean over, my both bottoms stay connected. And then I push, and then I stack back up. Opening this like I'm Chinese fan, those little Chinese fans opening up. If your ribs opened up, inhaling, exhaling. And if you're a little bit far away from the pedal, then you can bring the chair down a little bit so you're closer to the pedal. This also, if you want to stay down here and breathe into these ribs, is very good. The ribs are not, the lungs are not bags. Many people maybe vision the lungs as a bag. They're actually a sponge. And so we've got to pump them and open them. So we come into this position. We can add an even longer arm stretch. Breathing deep. Opening and closing the sponge of the lungs so that we're getting all of the oxygen deep into the lungs and all of the fluid out of the lungs. We can also add some rotation here. So this is called the mermaid. And then from here, I just rotate like I'm reaching over to grab my favorite cup of herbal coffee or herbal tea. And then back and around. I'm going to show you that from behind so you can see how my spine twists. So I'm going to turn to this side, put this armrest down. Of course, you'd always do both sides whenever you were exercising. But what you'll see from behind here, as I rotate, my lower spine here isn't moving. It is my upper spine that is moving. So another part of the routine that we can do is with the band. So what we'll do is we'll put the pedals away, and you'll see that we keep the band stored back here, around the back of the chair. And then to get into the band, you lift it up, loop it around you, and then bring your body into position. So the band exercises give a great upper body circulatory workout so you can get your shoulders, especially being sitting at a computer or sitting at a desk. So the simplest one, we start, find the band, the center with each hand here, and then we just do the shoulder press. So in the shoulder press, a little bit lower or a little bit higher. The higher one is a little bit more difficult, but it'll bring more circulation into the neck. You can add some rotation. It's nice. You can also add from here the rotation, just holding, getting the spinal rotation and shoulder work at the same time. You can come into single arm work as well. So as the single arm, as you turn and press, you get the rotation in the spine and the lift up through the shoulder. What I would recommend is about 1 to 2 minutes of shoulder exercises and band exercises from the seated position. Will bring the circulation up very, very nicely. And the last one I like to do on this one is a really good like morning stretch. So we take the band, we reach it up, and stretch back. You'll see how my spine stays straight. I'm not leaning while I do these because then I won't get my core exercise. So I come up, down, just like a morning yawn. Big inhale and exhale. If you have shoulder impingement, you can just keep the range much smaller. Or you can even just come into this position here if your shoulders are not able. So just make sure you work within the range that your shoulders and your joints are capable, and then you'll have a great workout and you'll be more revived to get back to your computer or get back to your work.